of my surplus wealth I've tried for all I'm worth. You'd think would cost a lot to live a year in gay Paris. I've spent more money in a week in Washington, D.C. In Washington, where the limit's as high as the Capitol Dome, and the best thing in the city is a train for home from Washington. Dear Washington, there's every game that you can name in Washington. I paid $500 for a room inauguration week. I thought when the parade went by they'd let me take a peek. But on the day of that parade the clerk came up to say he'd rented my front window to a party for the day. In Washington, they charge $5 for coffee and rolls, but they put Apollinaris in the finger bowls. In Washington, one thing's free there, and that's hot air in Washington. When our great statesmen grow so old they don't feel at their best, we send them to the Senate where they'll get some change and rest. Before they're in the Senate long, they've bills and change to burn, and then they vote to take a nice long rest till they adjourn. In Washington, where each senator uses his desk for a bed. If it wasn't for this snoring, you would think they were dead. In Washington, if they awake, it's by mistake. In Washington, that's the place where the best you can get is the worst, where they'll have a man arrested if he mentions Hearst. In Washington,